So a couple of issues on Project Axle is the evap system leak, and I'm pretty sure this is where it's at right here. So I'm gonna kind of replace a section of this hose and get it put back together. And yeah, this one's looking bad too, but we'll see. Another thing is the rear main seal on here, and of course to do that I got to remove the exhaust system, but as you can see I've got some exhaust leak areas, and then it's broken off right here and held up by some baling wire over there. So we'll definitely be switching all of this out. Unfortunately, to get this leak to stop, we got to remove this, and it's pretty shaky, so it all just needs to be replaced. Unfortunately, the cats, I'll be replacing those too, because I like to put zinc in my oil, and your zinc will clog those up quicker. So yeah, we'll get that replaced sooner rather than later. As you can see, I should have lined them up when I had the tires off to begin with, but it seems like the front tires are a tad off from each other. Now the steering wheel is off when they're facing front, so this tire is pretty much facing forward, and it's a little turn to the left. This one's a little more turned to the left, but as you can see, my wheel is way off. So I'd like to fix that because it's kind of annoying. And then this recently happened. Yeah, it snapped on me. It happened yesterday, but so won't use those too much in the summertime, so I'll probably tape it up for now and then go from there. Right, I've got a slight seepage right along the bottom. Who knows if this has ever been serviced, so I'm gonna work on that. Should have did that while I had it up on jack stands, but and the blinker issue, so I'm having a blinker issue with it. So I've got LED lights in now. I don't have the was it a transistor, whatever, the chip that slows this down. I have it, but I'm going to take these back out. But the issue I'm having though is that I think the Jeep thinks this blinker is on while I'm driving down the road, so it's telling me, it keeps coming up with a beep after so long, and which is telling me that my blinker is on even though it's not on. So when the lights are on, the right blink, I don't know if it'll show it. Yeah, so you saw how when I first turned it on it was bright, see, and it's slightly on right now on the right side. It should not be on at all, but yeah, so I'm gonna have to follow. It might just be a grounding issue on that side, because when I took these off, you know, it might have messed with something. I don't think all that wiring I took out right here did anything. So, but that's what's going on with Axle Deep. And another things that are going to happen with her is I got to get a new frame. Speaking of the frame, I think it's like 1/4 of an inch off on the back here, because you see how this is pushed out. So whatever accident that this was in, it's pushed the whole left side back a little bit. So I'm gonna have to straighten that out to fit the new frame. And obviously we're gonna redo everything from the wheels. Actually, I'm gonna save the wheels because I do like the wheels and the tires. Although this one's getting low over here, but I do like the wheels and tires, and they are in decent shape, so I'm not going to worry about those for right now. But starting in the fall, everything is either going to get redone, cleaned up, lubed up, repainted, bed lined, everything. We're going to do the torque boxes. We're going to, on the tub, we're going to fix these holes. So we're going to make this Jeep back into its prime, okay? So that's, like I said, it's going to start in the fall, because I'm going to enjoy it this summer with the top down and just redo everything. It needs a new windshield. Needs a new windshield as far as the glass, and as you can see, it's rusting here, and it's rusting, water's coming up through here, and it's rusting on the inside. I don't know, like, you guys might be able to tell me if the new Jeeps, the newer TJs I should say, like on the, I believe 03s and the 06s, it seems to me that the windshields rust out worse or quicker than the older ones do. I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong, but it just seems that, because I've got a Project Blue in there, and there's just probably not even a spot of rust on the windshield, maybe some surface rust, but yet it's rotted out on this one, which is 6 years newer. So I don't know. Another thing they did a change in these newer ones is this, and I gotta fix it, is this crack right here. And I've been playing with the idea of just replacing the tailgate with an older one, but we'll see how it goes, okay? If I can replace it with an older one. I mean, the older ones will fit on here just fine. It doesn't have, the older ones don't have this vent system that the newer ones do. However, I think this vent system that they put on this has made the tailgate weaker, so when they put this big oversized tire on the back of it, it cracked one of the where one of the connections are. So, but big changes coming for this one. I've already got some plans in place. First thing I got to do though is just I got to get a frame, so that's going to be my empty canvas to start this. All right, so now let's move on to Project Bravo. So tire replacement is the first one. So this one gets low, and I need to replace it really soon. And that one's new, so that's why I got to replace this one. I'll put the new one up front and that one up front back here. The one up front that's older does leak air, but you know, I have to, actually it doesn't look too bad. It's almost got to sit for a long time for it to start losing air, but eventually I want to change out all the tires, and that tire actually might be the first thing I do at the beginning of the month. Let's see, washer fluid pump. So on this year of XJ, probably the year they changed the front on it, I can't remember what exactly year they changed over, but they moved the washer fluid reservoir to inside the fender. So I'm not sure where the pump is as far as these newer XJs, so that I'm going to do a little research on that. It might be, hopefully it's up in where the cowl is, but I got to remove the cowl, make sure that the hoses are all connected and still in good shape that's coming to the spray points, because it could be that, I mean, in these old vehicles it could be a number of things. But yeah, so we'll have to figure that out, because I got full fluid but it won't spray. So, and when dealing with salt on the road, that sucks, because I can't wash the salt off. It does have a heating issue. So the heating issue I think there's a small leak of radiator fluid somewhere in this system. I do see a little bit up here, but it doesn't make any sense that unless it's leaking, might be leaking from that actually. We'll have to see. But as you can see, there's radiator fluid built up right there, but I don't know if that was from me messing with it, because I did have remember, I didn't tighten this one down and it popped off when I was driving it, so it could still just be from that, although it's been a few weeks, so who knows. So that's something we'll have to figure out. Hopefully it's not a heater core. If it's a heater core, I'm just gonna wait till summertime for it and go from there. But another thing is that I want to do a complete tune-up of this thing and figure out a way to secure this a little better, and I have a couple ideas on that, but for now it's just sitting on it and it's doing all right for now. So, but I know it shouldn't stay like that because I'm probably ruining that. So I do have another one just in case I need it, but yeah. But a full tune-up, new spark plugs we'll put in it and all that stuff. Probably do it in the summer. So far she's running really good. A little rough and cold startups, but lube points. So the lube points, I think I've mentioned that every time I believe I turn right and move forward, it has a little pop. So I just want to lube everything up. It is pretty rusty down here, so honestly it maybe should be replaced, maybe, but we'll see. All right, another issue I'm having is it's kind of loud, so the exhaust system needs replaced on this thing as well. And whoever did this the last time took out the cats, so there's supposed to be 2 cats up in here, and they straight piped it. But the exhaust system is pretty shot on this thing, so yeah. But actually this looks like it might have a rear main seal leak as well, now that I'm down here. So that's interesting. We'll knock that out. This one's a little bit more difficult. We don't have the exhaust system in the way for it. However, we do have the Dana 30 sitting here in its way. But if you lift up the body from, if it's like that, the Project Alpha I had, Project Alpha was a 94. Lift up the body and it gives you enough room to get the pan out. So it looks like this is about the same setup. So we'll be doing that as well. So and the new exhaust system. Hi Daisy. Hi Daisy. Yeah, I know. Can I get out from the Jeep? Can I get out? All right, back up. Yeah, silly girl. Ooh. And I think that's it for the summer. By the summer, so by fall I want to have all these things done on Project Bravo. All right, so that way I'll drive it through the winter, and then I have a big idea for this for the summer of 2025. I don't know if that idea is going to come to fruition, because I'm thinking of molding a Comanche with the Cherokee and using all the components of this to put on a Comanche. So it's just an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, and it's probably gonna take some alteration of the Comanche body and frame to make this work. All right. Yeah, another issue is this. The seat isn't attached on the front, so that's what's making me think that this might be pretty much done for as far as a vehicle. I mean, it's got tons and tons of rust on it, so we'll see. It needs to at least last another year for me, for sure. All right, now let's move on to Project Dirty. A no start issue. This is a more recent video. I do have the new battery, so I don't know if I'll get to that today, but we'll throw the battery in, see if it works, see if it gives it enough power to crank. Because right now I'm not able to get it to crank. So we did have to change the alternator, which you guys know and have seen. But if it still doesn't do anything, my next step, I'm going to change the starter. And then if it still doesn't crank, then it's got to be a wiring issue. And it wouldn't surprise me on this old thing. So I'll have to go through and see what's going on with that. But in addition to getting her going is number one. Number two is getting the windshield on her. I'm going to use Project Blue's windshield for now, unless I find a cheap one on Marketplace or something. And doors, I think I'm good on doors because I have the half doors on Project Blue, and I also have a set of soft doors that can work for this for now. But I'm trying to get it at least running by the spring, so that's the goal on this one, but we'll see. All right, the weather continues to be decent, then we'll go off of there. But other than that, I don't know if there's much more I want to do to Project Dirty, because yeah, she's on probably her last legs, I'll be honest with you. So once she goes, I might continue my first idea with Project Blue on it to begin with. So, which was to take this body off, put Project Blue's body on, and go from there. So, trying to think if there's anything else. Probably not. But anyways, we've got a lot of little different projects, but the big project is going to be the fall for axle deep. So, but that's going to involve me, like I said, getting a frame, so that way I can start it. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. And do me a favor, hit that like button and smash that subscribe, so I can get this channel going a lot further. I'd like it to go further than it is, but I appreciate it, guys.